Hey guys, it's Brent, and I just want to say really quick, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Be sure to click subscribe and hit the notification button so you get notifications so you don't miss any content. Also, feel free to leave a thumbs up or leave a comment and enjoy the video.
In my head, in my head.
Hey guys, it's Brant and I'm back. And what I wanted to talk about today is, if you've been watching my videos, if you saw my recent video where I went shopping, I picked up a box set. I picked up the Kiss box set, and I've just now had a little bit of time to start going through this. And what I found out that basically this is, for those of you who don't know, that it's basically a collection of Kiss. It was put out during the reunion around 2002. It has a book in it, and it also has 6 discs that starts with pre-Kiss stuff, goes all the way back to some pre-Kiss with Wicked Lester and things like that. So what I'm going to basically do is I'm going to make a series of videos where I'm going to show a little bit about the book, and I'm going to talk about one of the songs, one of the previously unreleased songs that's on the album, and that's in the box set. And if you guys like this video, I'll keep making more. If not, I won't make more then. That's how it works. I'm going to talk about the demo version of Strutter. It's the first track on the first disc, and it's one that kind of stuck out with me. How about I just play a clip right now?
Everybody says she's looking good, and the lady knows it's understood. Strutter.
Now, I didn't want to play a very long clip because I don't want this thing to get copyright monetized or anything like that. But I'm going to put a link down in the description that you can click on, and you can hear that whole song, that whole demo if you want to. But I'm going to show some things here from the book, and we're going to talk about that song a little bit, and we're going to go from there. All right? So this is what the box set looks like, and you open it up. And it starts off with, it's got this here that shows the definitive Kiss collection. Shows here that Strutter is it's a demo previously unreleased. So that's going to be the one that we're going to look at today. But we'll just look at the book a little bit right here. I really like this opening shot that they've got here. Try to make sure that's centered on the camera there. I like that. I like seeing the outtakes from the first album, the debut album cover, and I really like this one. I said in my review for that album that there's things that I like better about some of the other outtakes that I've seen of that photo shoot, and I really like this photo here. So then you go into, and it's got this like translucent paper that's got Kiss on there in silver. I don't know how well it shows up, but it has the track listings again, and I really like these photos they got in here. They've got the different era photos in there, and then it goes to it talks about when Kiss exploded, and this is the story of how it all came to be. And it goes back through here. I haven't read through all this yet. I've skimmed through it. It's got a picture of Gene here, and Gene and Paul without makeup. Then early Kiss, where they just had white face on, pre-Ace there. And then it's got some early Kiss Ace with just the lightning bolts. Paul in the heavy makeup, and then it's got the pictures here in the back. It makes it a little hard to read sometimes, but I appreciate the pictures in the back. I love the old analog, the smaller logo. I've seen some shots where the stage where they were playing, the venue was too small, so they had the logo sitting on the stage. Those are really cool when you see those. Just more shots here. Shot of Ace in the background there. Shot of Gene in the background here. It just goes up through the eras, the Dynasty era. the I guess Creatures era, Lick It Up, and Eric Carr here, bless his heart. And then it starts talking about the discs, and it starts off disc 1 Strutter, and it gives a little bit of insight about the song. And I found this very interesting. It talked about how that Strutter, I talked about this in my first review of the Kiss album, but it talks about how that Strutter was a song that was originally, it was a Gene song, and it started off, it was as Stanley the Parrot. And then they developed it into the song Strutter. It basically just goes back through here about how they got the ability to record the demo at Electric Lady. Paul and Gene had been singing background vocals after they decided to leave Wicked Lester. You know, they had recorded a demo, and then they decided to leave Wicked Lester, and because they just felt like it wasn't going in the direction they were going. And they actually have some of the Wicked Lester demos on here that I may cover in future videos if I end up doing them, if this feature takes off. And but they basically had been owed money. And it seems like in the early days, Kiss was always owed money. And they were owed money for playing, for singing background vocals for several artists. And so what Electric Lady did was they traded studio time to record a demo with Gene and Paul in order to, and so that's how they hooked up with Eddie. And Eddie recorded this demo of Strutter. And, you know, Peter here says, I've always liked Strutter. I could play it every night. It's one of the best rock and roll songs ever written. And I was really critical of a lot of Kiss's songs on their first album. I do consider their first album a classic. Some people have called it the essential Kiss album, the one that you would have to have. I don't know if it's that for me or not, but it does, almost every song on it's a classic or a good song. There's some I like better than others, but I just didn't like the recording style. I wish Eddie Kramer would have produced their debut album. I really do. I think it would have came off a lot better. It would have sounded more like the demos. I don't know if I'd heard this version of Strutter before today or not, but I can tell you what I do like about it, and I'll get to that in just a minute. So if you look here, I'm going to take the book away for a minute, because after that it just goes on and starts talking about Deuce. And I may make a video for Deuce, like I said, if this takes off. And then here it has a 1973 to 2002 official merchandise catalog, and you see here it's got the band members there. It's got, you know, this is when Ace and Peter were both still in the band, and they're holding up, you know, their guitars and everything, because I think they were trying to sell some of their signature guitars. They have a leather jacket in here, an Army Demon jacket, the Big Head Dolls, the busts, and I think I know somebody who has some of those busts. A hand-signed comic book, the Psycho Circus comic book, which I have. I don't have it signed, but I do have it. The Phoenix Farewell Kickoff framed, commemorative, Destroy Your Gold CD, mini gold LPs. The Charleston Farewell T-shirt, the Punk T-shirt, the Japan Farewell Itinerary, Rhinestone Baby Doll, recreation of the original, Hard Than Hell album shirt, and you can get the album shirts offline now on Kiss Online. Detroit Rock City from the movie soundtrack, or from the movie. Clicks Ass T-shirt from Kiss. Kiss lunchboxes, recreations. I don't know if, no, none of those are recreations. Those are just new ones. Thermoses, 2002 wall calendar, tour programs, Kisstory, and a standee, diecast replica, rock and roll over hat, you know, a casket, Tony Pendring diecast car, you know, good old Gene and Paul, they'll slap their logo on it and they'll sell it. God bless them. And but yeah, this is the disc that we're going to be dealing with, and I've got this disc in my player now, but I think it looks like the other ones. Yeah, the discs look like that right there. I've got my player where I've been listening to it. But the disc 1 is 66 to 75. And it's got a picture there, old school picture. It's got Gene on the inside. On the back, it's got Gene, modern Gene. I don't know if they do that on the rest of them. But like I said, I've not really dug into this that much. Hadn't had a chance since I got it. I love this picture. I love this picture. I love the Bandit makeup. I don't like Peter's makeup in here, and I'm glad that Gene developed his a little more. I'm glad that Ace developed his a little more. I love the Bandit makeup. Paul would have been cool. He could have been, you know, he stole your love, so he was the Bandit. Then you go into here, and this is really cool. They've got a old school picture here. I guess these are all old school pictures, but these are real old school here. Gene there in the handmade shirts. And then Peter. And everything, you know, just seeing everything looking so handmade, the little logo. And then Paul and with the white face and the star. And then Ace, you know. See a lot of pictures early Ace not having the white face on, only having the silver and the lines and the black lips, not having the white face. And I'm pretty sure he was probably perfectly happy with that, but he was probably pushed to go white face because the rest of them were white face. But you know, I can understand that being conformative and continuity and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah. So I'm going to talk about the song Strutter, the actual demo. And I actually like this demo a lot. I wish they would have put this demo, it would have been in this form on the original, on the debut album. It's got an extended, like a musical interlude turnaround after the first chorus. Paul doesn't go right back into singing, I Know a Thing or Two About Her. You know, or She Wears Her Satins Like a Lady. You know, it's 3 choruses, but it's 3 verses, but the third verse is basically the first verse repeated. But they have a musical interlude in between the chorus and the second verse. And they have another musical interlude, and then it goes into the solo. Now, the solo is different, very different than the what appeared on the original debut album. And I can say that I like the solo on the debut album better. I think it's just because it's what I've heard more than, you know, than this on here. The solo on here doesn't seem like Ace has it as worked out, but I do like that they kind of go into, this is almost like back in the 70s. It was, jam albums were real popular, where you know, you'd have a whole side of an album, 15 minutes, a whole side of an album where it was just a jam. And a lot of Kiss's early, you hear some of their early live stuff, they do a lot of jams and everything. And, you know, I haven't looked enough in here yet, but it'd be really cool if Life in the Woods appears on here. I don't know if it does yet or not. I'm trying not to dig much too deep into it. I'm just trying to slowly submerge myself into it. But if Life in the Woods comes along, that'd be really cool. That's a lost gem right there, along with Acrobat. The da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na that turned into the intro to Detroit Rock City, or part of it, that was Acrobat, and then it got sliced, and, or what do you call it, circumcised, and became Love Theme from Kiss, which I wish original Acrobat would have stayed original and been on Kiss that way. That's a jam type song that I was talking about. But getting back to Strutter, I like this version a lot. Like I said, and I wish it would have been what would have been on the album, with the extended turnaround, the extended solo, and the extended playing that's at the end of it. Plus, I just like the sound of it. They sound more alive. They sound more less. We're recording an album. You know, the album, the debut album, they're kind of, the new recordings they made for it, they're kind of stiff a little bit, you know, and they play everything slower. It's like everything's played slower than on their demos. And, you know, I don't know what Kerner and Wise was doing, but I just wish they would have let Kramer would have produced this album. I like the Kramer demos generally better. But like I said, if I make more of these in the future, you know, we'll find out. But anyway, something short, sweet as I work my way through this. I want to make videos. I probably will not make a video for every song, but as I see highlights and stuff like that, I want to make videos, and I want to go through the rest of it with you and everything as in future videos to come. So, and this will kind of be its own little Kiss song reviews, I guess. But anyway, if you like this video and you want me to do more like it from this box set, just leave comments down in there. If you've never seen my videos before, I reviewed almost every Kiss album there is up to Carnival of Souls at this point in time. I've not reviewed Carnival of Souls yet. I'm going to go all the way through and all the way through the solo albums. So if you've never seen me before, be sure to click that subscribe button, click the notification button so you don't miss a video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave some comments down in there about whether you want to see more videos like this or not, okay? And I'm going to wrap this up for this. The link to the song, if you want to hear the demo version I'm talking about, is down in the description. So be sure to check that out. All right, I'm Brant, In My Head channel, and it's the weekend, and I'm making videos, and I appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time.